Hey guys, what's up? Alright, today we're going to take a look over another Transformers Studio Series for you guys, and this time we have is the one from the Studio Series 86 line, plus a Target exclusive one that a lot of people are doing comparison with it, and I'm actually pretty excited for this. Now, the one I'm going to take a look over is this right here. There we go. Today I'm going to take a look over is the Transformers Studio Series 86. This is from the MTMTE collection, which I have no clue what that means. Here we have Voyager class Perceptor with Ratbat and Ramhorn. And before we continue on, you guys do me a little bit of a quick favor, so I'll be right back. Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. Alright, now I know some of you guys are going to ask me in the comments section, isn't this figure a deluxe class? Yes, but Hasbro decided to re-release this figure once again, just a little bit of an upgrade, with two cassettes from the 86 movie, which one is actually a redeco, and the other one I think is a new figure, which I think Ramhorn is a new figure, so yeah. So here's what the package style is going to look like right here. You can see the artwork of Perceptor, Ramhorn, and Ratbat right there. This time in this red, gray, and black look right here. This is the Target exclusive one because if you guys already seen like the photos of Leader Class Overload, now it's also a Target exclusive one. So yeah. So here's the set of the packaging right here. You can see Perceptor artwork right there looking fantastic. And of course, this side you can see with these two right there. Other side, nothing much over here. Nothing in the bottom, nothing in the top. But here is the back of the packaging right here. And this is actually representing of the part of the movie that Perceptor is being under attack by some of the cassettes. And Blaster released some of their companions to help out Perceptor. And yeah. And you can see right there showing everything up. Perceptor transformed to 17 step, and Ratbat transformed to 4 steps, and Ramhorn transformed to 7 steps. So yeah. So let's take a look over the accessories of these three right here. So right off the bat we have Perceptor gun. It's the same gun like the Studio Series 1. And I think by the look of it, this is like a brighter shade of red right there, while the original one is how like a red apple color right there. So yeah. Here we have Ramhorn's weapons right there. Yes, part forming sucks, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So yeah, but here it is, Ramhorn's weapon, and you can actually use this as one of the figures because there's a 5mm port right there, which I will show off in a roll mode. So yeah, and Ratbat. But I look of it, look like a jetpack that he has. But if you guys know about the movie, or if you've seen like some of the part of the cartoons that Ratbat transform, is like a rocket packer, or I don't know. I never followed much for the cassettes because, well, there's like a lot of them which I already know: Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage, and Laserbeak, Buzzsaw. But there's like others that I forgot. So yeah. Anyways. So here it is, Perceptor in his microscope form mode. I will do a YouTube short doing a comparison between the two figures. So for the time being, this is just a review, not a comparison video. So yeah. So right off the bat, the pink and sculpted detailing on Perceptor looks pretty cool. Comparing this one with the original one, this is a pretty good looking figure because on the original, the thighs and the arms, the forearms right here, are in a different shade of color right there. Same thing with the red right there, which is actually looks pretty fantastic if you ask me. Now Perceptor does look great, and if you guys remember in the original, it doesn't have this back cover right here because this one on the new one does have the back cover, which is covered up to the this part right there. If you guys remember, there was like, you know, a hole right there. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. My only problem I actually do have with my copy is for some reason, I don't know why, this part right there, I try to angle this part right here with the microscope, and if when I like move around, it just go like that. So there is a bit looseness right there of the mushroom peg on the thighs area. So I am actually going to fix this after I'm done recording this. So yeah. Unfortunately, this right here on the microscope, like the whole thing right here, you guys can see, is just a solid color. Doesn't have the translucent part right there. One here and one over there, which just kind of sucks. This part right there is also not translucent. It's just one color right here, which is also painted in, which I actually do like it about it because you can see the Autobot symbol right here with the white lines on it, and of course, right there on the robot's chest, and that's actually pretty cool. The hands are actually stored in right there, which is actually pretty cool. You do have some articulation for the microscope. It does go up and down like that. No movements right there, so that's kind of sucks. So yeah, and of course, if you place anything right here, like that, and just pretend you're checking Ramhorn to see if everything's alright, or if you do have the original Perceptor toy, or if you have like I said the original 86 toy from Studio Series, minus the, you can barely see it, but yeah, you could do that. And it's actually pretty cool. Like, you can have one of the cassettes right there. It's actually pretty nice, and it's actually pretty cool. You do have a weapon storage, which you could do it on the side of the arm, or you could put it on the side of the leg, minus the magazine right there. So the only way to do it is by the side of the arms like that. And there you go. There's nothing much obviously about this. It's just an okay microscope form, whatever that goes. So yeah, I will. This one does have like a triple changer because I have like the threads right there, and I will show it off in a moment. But first, let's take a look over some of the cassettes right here. Here we have Ramhorn in his cassette mode right there. It looks pretty cool. This like a lighter shade of brown right there looks pretty cool with the Autobot symbol, one here and one here. It does look okay, but I wish they could put like white on the Autobot symbol so you could see clearly right there. Because all this, you could barely see it on camera. Maybe if I can zoom in. Like I said, you could barely see it on the camera though. So that's kind of sucks. Nothing much in the back right there. So, unfortunately, I don't have Perceptor, Sound Wave, and some Blaster right there. I don't have none of the cassette bots. So in the future, I will probably get one of them, but getting the Legacy United Soundwave is going to be difficult. Studio Series Blaster will be releasing, so I might have a chance to getting it on Amazon. So yeah. There's not much I would say about him. And for Ratbat, he's just a redeco of the original Ratbat figure that you guys already know. This is the Siege version of this mold right there, if you guys remember. And you can see this side right here. Everything is sticking out. So yeah, and if you guys do remember, you can flip out the peg right there, and you can plug into the side of the arms of the robot, so you can you can have some of the cassette as shields, but minus the face all facing forward, and yeah, that will be a difficult thing to do. He does have a Decepticon symbol, which is on the chest on his beast mode, which I wish they could just stamp it in white so you can see it clearly, but yeah. There's not much of it to say about this. Like, these guys right here, they look so well. And if anyone's wondering about the weapon search for these two, I guess you could put them to the side of the legs right there. But I don't know. It does look ridiculous. And like I said about that part, so yeah, but like I said, I am going to fix it later if I'm recording. So there's not much of it to say about this, so. Alright, so we're going to transform Perceptor in the robot mode just for a bit, but let's actually show you guys the second form. If you guys remember, on the original Studio Series 86 form, toy, This one is a triple changer to transform to microscope into like a battle microscope because it had threads on it. So let's do that. So it has been a long time knowing this, so if I can remember, I think it's like this. Then you had to face this. You had to connect this part to down here. And you want to connect it in like so. You need to have this part up. Then you want to connect this part in. You want to align everything up to the thigh right there. And there you go. There's Perceptor and his battle mode. I think I got it right, but I could be wrong. Like I said, it's been a long time knowing this transformation. And god fucking damn it. But yeah. Let's change it back to his microscope form because we actually want to do the transformation for robot mode. So let's turn him back to normal. So there we go. So the transform Perceptor in his 2 robot mode is easy and simple. First thing to do is turn out the legs. Bring the legs down that far, facing forward. Then you want to flip out the feet, like so. Close the chest up. Untap the arms. Untap the shoulders. Bring them down like that. Then you want to bring this up. Bring it down. And this was connected in. For some reason, on the right side of the shoulder, I don't know why, but it doesn't just want to go in. And every time I mess around with the arm, it just goes down. And I have no clue why. Probably this is the issue with my copy, or it's the same issue to like everyone else's copy. Like I said, I may not sure, so... Go in like that, flip the arms out. Make sure these are connected, actually connected, so. And of course, you know, this is on a double hinge, so you have to move around like that, then you had to, so yeah, which I forgot to do so. This part will connect it to here, like that actually clips in. For now, you want to actually connect it here. And, okay, just to be sure. Now the difference between this one and the other one, you have to flip the back panel right here. Flip this part up. Flip the head up like that. Close the back panel back up again. Twist the head around. Fully 180 degrees to facing forward. And there we have Voyager Perceptor and his robot mode. But we're not even finished yet because now we actually want to transform to the cassettes. So Ramhorn is actually easy and simple. First thing to do is by flipping out all the feet, each and every single one of them. Like so. Then you want to press this part down because the head will facing like that. Then you want to bring the rhinoceros horn up like that. Bring the whole body down like so. And make sure you have everything nice and perfect. I will connect to the weapon later on. But there you have Ramhorn in his beast mode. Now for Ratbat, it's also easy and simple. But for some reason in my copy, the part of the hinge is actually so stiff. I have no clue why. So anyways, first thing first. Bring down his little feet, his adorable little feet. Bring down the bottom, this part of the wings down like that. Now open this part up like so. And the head is on a double hinge, by the way. It's on a double hinge. And like I said, the head part is so stiff. I have no clue why. If your copy have the same issue, just grab it like a flathead screwdriver and just press it up a little bit so you can have the head facing like that. Then you just want to bring the whole head down like that, like so, and there you have Ratbat in his beast form. So yeah, let's show these two later on. But first thing first, here is Perceptor, and holy shit, this is an actually good looking Perceptor figure I ever seen in my entire life. The painting, the sculpting, and the detailing of this figure, it does look amazing. If you guys remember, this part used to be a clear plastic that is painted in, and now this is just a solid color right here with red on it. Then it's also printed in, and this part right here is also red. So Hasbro did a good job painting that figure, and it's actually look amazing. The head sculpt though, look at the head sculpt. If the camera can even focus for a minute there, the head sculpt is so cool. A lighter shade of gray like that, you can see right here, compared to the other one, it's like black. And the expression is different between each other. I might have to check, I could be wrong. It looks so cool. Let's bring the arms out like that. Okay, for some reason, my copy, and I don't know why, like I already said this, the right side of the shoulder doesn't want to connect it in, like, doesn't want to actually connect it all the way like that. It just sits there. And like I said, I have no clue why it does that, and it is pretty annoying. And of course, like my copy, I do have a loose thigh swivel, but it's not that much. So I am gonna pop this off and fix it with crazy glue. Just wrap it around. Just a little bit of crazy glue, that will dry off, and there you go. Now, if you guys remember the original Perceptor toy, this part right here has some issue because if you move it like side to side like that, it's so annoying. But now, there's a way to stop it. What Hasbro put like a little lock in, like that, and like that, and there's no problem with this bottom part right there, and it's actually pretty good, minus the plastic color difference between these two. So yeah. And of course, for some reason, for the right arm again, it doesn't want to stay down like this one part right there, but if I go like that, yeah, so I don't know if there's like an excess plastic or something. I have no clue. Yeah, I 100% no clue. So articulation wise, let's move this part out of the way. Head is on a ball joint, so let's go full 360. Go up that far, down that far. You can pivot side to side. Both of the arms is on a ball joint, so let's go 360 degrees. Arms can go in and out. Swivel at the forearms. A perfect bend of the knee, bend on the elbow right there. Wrist can go in and out like that, but that due to transformation. So no wrist swivel, unfortunately, so that's kind of bullshit. Waist swivel, full 360 degrees right here. Legs can go forward, back that far. Does go in and out. Thigh swivel, loose as hell. A perfect over 90-degree bend right there at the knee. Ankle pivot right here, full 90-degree right there. So articulation for this figure is pretty good, and it's actually pretty nice. And you can plug into the gun right here, which for some reason is actually hard to do. And now it's all the way in. I have no clue why it does that. There's no weapon storage at the back right there, so that's kind of sucks. And I want to show you guys the Perceptor. We're plugging in with the two weapons of the cassettes. You plug it in on both sides. There you go. But let's actually give them back where they belong to. So, first thing first, for her Ramhorn, bring all this in like that. Then you want to bring these tabs right there, won't go into these slots right there. So, fold it like that. And this also like so. And you have Ramhorn completed with his weapon on. There's his tail, and this actually looks pretty cool. And this part right here, by the way, is actually a separate piece. You can actually disconnect it if the camera can even fucking focus. So all this right here, you guys can see, is a separate piece. So don't lose these, please, for the love of God. But anyways, you want to have this peg facing down like that. Because if you guys remember the little peg that I show you on Ratbat, right here, that actually will connect it into his back. just like the original toy. Make sure you do it nice and perfect, because sometimes it's a bitch to do, and you will probably lose your goddamn mind for this. There you go. You can see Ratbat all weaponized. And let's see, does he actually stand very well? Yes, he does. So there you see Ratbat with his backpack right there, and it does look amazing. And to be honest with you, I'm actually happy that Hasbro decided to add an accessory for Ratbat, because if you guys remember the original War for Cybertron trilogy, Ratbat just, if I can take this off real quick, Ratbat just stand like that without his weapon. Sometimes if you have like a bad copy, it just go flop like that or like that. But now for this is actually a third leg right there for his issue. And it's actually pretty cool what they did to it. So yeah. So let's move out of the way so we can take a look over to two of the cassettes. I'll show Ratbat later on. But here it is, Ramhorn in his beast mode. He does look amazing and perfectly awesome with his weapon on. And I think Hasbro did a good job with this figure, and I'm actually proud of them, what they did. He does have some articulation. Head can go up and down like that, but that did for the transformation. So yeah. There's not much of it here to say. Yeah, I think that's the far can go for Ramhorn like that. The feet can go forward and back, mostly just for the transformation. And that's it, so there's not much of it here to say. For Ratbat, for a redeco version of this figure right there, is a good looking figure. You do have articulation for the feet down here. That's for the transformation. Same thing for the wings right there. The head can go up and down like that. Same thing with the neck. But like I said, the head on my copy is stiff. So yeah. And comparison with these guys right there, Perceptor is the tallest one. So yeah. Alright. I'm going to do the final post and give you guys my final results. So I'll be right back. Can I be honest with you? This is actually a good figure right there. And if you guys actually want this in your collection, I would recommend to get it. If you guys actually miss out the Perceptor figure, or if you guys want the two cassettes bots right there, I do recommend to get it right now. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this right here. So have fun, stay safe, and I'm out.